Hello, everybody. My name is Bob Friedenthal. I am the owner of mycity.com, and I call myself a LinkedIn junkie. On LinkedIn, I'm Bob Holt, H-O-L-T, Friedenthal, F-R-I-E-D-E-N-T-H-A-L. I am so lucky to be interviewing Paul Levine. I've known Paul for, oh God, 3 years at least, I think.
At least.
It's getting up there. So Paul's got some interesting stuff to talk about today. And Paul, let's start with your name. Spell it, please, too. Phone number, whether it's a landline, email, landline or mobile number, and an email address accompanying that.
Okay, my name is Paul Levine. It is spelled P-A-U-L-L-E-V as in Victor, I-N-E. My email address is plevinerealtor@gmail.com. And my phone number is easy because it's 818-298-4000.
Landline?
It is my mobile. It is the only phone I have.
So it's a mobile.
Yes.
Got it. Beautiful. All right. So for the listening audience, I started doing this about 17 months ago, and it just took off like crazy. I'm having more fun than you can shake a stick at. And people are watching these videos, they're commenting on the videos and all that stuff. So Paul, tell us a little bit about what you're going to talk about today.
Well, first of all, I am a commercial realtor, but I am unique. Before getting into real estate, I was a practicing CPA, certified public accountant for over 50 years. I know I look younger than I am. And I was also a university professor for 6.5 years. And then I got into commercial real estate. And as a CPA and as a realtor, I lived by something that I heard back in 1968. Bobby Kennedy was one of my heroes. And Bobby Kennedy said something that stuck in my mind and still does today. And he said, men see things as they are and ask why. I dream of things that never were and ask why not. I am creative. I have a whole lot of fun doing what I do because of that creativity. And I've crossed lines that I probably should never have even tried to cross, but I had fun doing it and I succeeded for my client. And that's one of the most important things. Before I get into my topic for today, I write an article on Facebook and on LinkedIn every workday, and I write about investing in real estate, the tax benefits of investing in real estate. I get into the economy, the interest rates, the market, and I have some wonderful, funny, and sometimes, what's the good word? Tearful war stories that I've encountered in God knows how many years. As a CPA, I was very creative. I did things that other people didn't even think of doing. And it worked out fine. I ended up having 10 no-change IRS audits for my clients in a row. That's unheard of. And I dealt with the IRS and I showed them respect and I showed them that we had to accomplish something. And once I got them to say we, as opposed to you or your client, I knew I had them. And then we worked on a solution together. And in those 10 audits came out perfectly.
Love it.
How do you get what you want out of real estate investing? And what you want, what everybody wants, is cash flow, appreciation, and tax benefits. And having been a CPA for over 50 years, I know income taxes. In fact, I continue to take CPA continuing education classes in taxes as opposed to the watered down stuff that they teach realtors. And so I am up on the latest income taxes. And when you buy or when you sell real estate, you've got tax benefits. There is something called a cost segregation study. When you buy an apartment building, you have three things. Number one, you have land, which is not depreciable at all because it's going to be there forever. Number two, you have the building, which by the Internal Revenue Code must, and I hate the word must. I have Grammarly, and I use have to, and they go, no, must, and I still use have to. But you must depreciate it over the straight line method for 27.5 years. Then you have tangible personal property. Those three words are really important. And tangible personal property is stuff that may be attached to the structure, but can be taken off without destroying the structure. And I'm talking about cabinets in the kitchen and in the bathroom. I'm talking about the microwave, the range and oven, the dishwasher, the doors. Doors can be taken off and the structure remains. And everything else that is tangible personal property. Now, beside cost segregation studies, the other thing you have to know is something called bonus depreciation. And today is what, the 21st of December. So in 10 days, we lose something. Bonus depreciation says that you can take all of that tangible personal property in the building and cars and other things too, but we're just talking about real estate today. You can take all of that tangible personal property, and in 2022, you can take 100% of the depreciation up to $1 million. Now, that's not for everybody. If you are a real estate investor, then you have a limit of $25,000 of loss of passive activity losses. If you are a real estate professional, you can take up to that $1 million. Now, in 11 days, on January 1st, 2023, that $1 million and 100% goes down to 80%.
Got a question.
Yes, sir.
In your experience, what percentage of the people that you speak to understand this stuff?
Maybe 15 or 20.
So I figured.
And I'm talking about CPAs and commercial realtors who should know this stuff like the back of their hand. And I told you I write articles on Facebook and on LinkedIn. And I wrote to CPAs and I said, I can help you. Because if you just have clients with a couple of single family homes that you rent out or that they rent out, then you're just going to take the land and the building, you're going to take the whole building and depreciate it by 27.5 years, and you're going to think you did a great job. But you didn't. You weren't creative. You didn't take that extra step. You didn't go the extra mile. going back to what I was talking about, the bonus depreciation on 1/1/23 goes down to 80%. 24 goes down to 60%. Yes.
We're hitting our 10-minute mark,
Okay.
believe it or not.
In 2027, it goes down to 0. And the only thing I want to add is that the government is not going to let this thing go down to 0. I'm 76 years old. I've seen how the government works for many, many years. And if they stop bonus depreciation or anything like it, then the economy is going to be hurt because the real estate market is going to go stagnant. And they have to come up with something. They will come up with something, and we will see how much better or worse it is than bonus depreciation.
This is all, I don't know if you knew this about me, but I used to run a tax resolution company.
Yes, you told
And
me that.
we dealt with this stuff day in, day out because nobody understands it.
No, nobody does. And the shame of it is that I said residential real estate is depreciated over 27 and a half years. You take self-storage, for example, and that has to be depreciated. The structure part of it has to be depreciated over 39 years. And not a lot of people know that. Not a lot of CPAs know that. And
So
they
not
won't
only-
take the time to look it up.
Not only are commercial realtors a good client for you because they won't understand this,
Right.
but the CPAs that are working for them won't understand it either because of what you were just saying. Is that a reasonable statement?
Yes, and I have a company that we work with. I have a partner in San Diego. His name is Fred Sams, and we are tied into one of the biggest and best cost segregation companies in the United States. And if it's not done right, it's going to bring you, the IRS coming after you. And most people don't like that.
This is so ironic because I know Fred Sams.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you do. That's right. We talked about
Very
that.
well.
Yeah.
So, okay, so what is it? I'll put it out bluntly. What is a great call to action statement that needs to be made here?
Very simple. You got to call me because every situation is different. And without going through the particulars of your situation, you're not going to get it right. And, I've got over 50 years of experience as a CPA. I've got 7+ years experience as a commercial realtor. I was a university professor, so I know how to explain things to clients because I don't want to make the decisions for them. I have to educate them so when a decision has to be made, they will make an informed decision, and that's what I want from them.
Well, you know what? You said something is so appropriate, and what I hear from people all the time is people buy from people they know, like, and trust. And you can certainly hear in this interview some great understandings of you and why they should like you, trust you, and work with you. And
Well,
I
as
think
a
that's
CPA, if I didn't become friends with a client after I did the second tax return, I fired the client.
Oh, that's interesting.
My mind never turns off, except
here.
when I'm watching Notre Dame football.
You know what?
And
You and I are like two peas in a pod because I can't turn this off. I have no idea how to turn it off, nor do I want to.
no.
So we're in the same boat.
And so I work that hard for clients. I wake up in the middle of the night and write notes. And if I'm going to work that hard for somebody, I better like them. When I say I get up in the middle of the night, when I was going to college, I would never read the textbook, and I would not miss one word that the professor said. And they would give us a homework assignment, and I would go to school, and then I worked in accounting after school, and I got home at about 6 or 7 o'clock, and good Jewish mother had a wonderful meal for me, and then I'd watch TV and take a nap, and then I'd watch more TV, and then I'd go into the bedroom and read my homework assignment. And I'd read it like 3 times, and I'd go to sleep. And I would wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and write down the answer. Don't ask me how I got it. I would just wake up and write it down, and it was right.
You're as sick as me. That's all I gotta tell you.
That's
I do
that's
like
the
to
way
make
my
jest,
mind works.
you know, I like to make humor out of conversations. And I think we've got some excellent stuff to talk about in humor and in seriousness. There is money being left on the table. Is that a fair statement?
Yes, and also there is a communication gap between the professional and the client. I took a class many years ago called active listening, and I listen to my clients like no one else does. I hear them, I keep them talking, I find out the real root of their feelings. And I talk about feelings with my clients.
Yeah, yeah.
And I don't think any other realtor does.
So let's do this, because we're getting a little bit long-winded here. Very interesting stuff. Give us your contact information again, please.
All right. My name is Paul Levine. My email address is plevinerealtor@gmail.com. You can call me at 818-298-4000. There are 2 times I can't be reached. Number 1, I get up early to write my articles and answer my emails, so I start working at 10 a.m. And if Notre Dame is on TV playing football, I don't answer the phone.
Good stuff. And for the listening audience, again, my name is Bob Holt, H-O-L-T, Friedenthal, F-R-I-E-D-E-N-T-H-A-L. As I said, I call myself a LinkedIn junkie. I love these interviews because they say that it takes 15 to 30 seconds to read somebody, to look at their body language and their facial gestures. And, and listening, of course, is the major aspect of that. And if anybody has any questions about this interview, about Paul, I'd be more than glad to answer them. You can contact me on LinkedIn, or you can call me 310-736-5787. And my email address is bob@mycity.com. So I very, very much appreciate this interview, probably more than most, because there's substance in this. So again, thank you. I'm going to be signing us off right now. And Paul, thank you for the interview. We'll see how it looks on the other side.
Bob, thank you for the opportunity, and I can do this whenever you want.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to be asking. Talk to you later.
All right.
Take care.